Okay, your next assignment is going to be a planar analysis. We have been working on value, creating volume. Once you've mastered the spheres using different techniques, you'll notice here students using in the crumpled paper assignment, they're using the cross-hatching, some stippling, some blending. So they're starting to mix the different techniques. I've also given you a choice, an option. If you don't want to do the crumpled paper, you could do pillows. I'm showing you, there's a comparison here. This is an oil painting, a contemporary 21st century oil painting of pillows. And then you have to the right, or maybe it's to your left, Studies of Pillows by Albert Dürer. This is 1493, pen and brown ink. Obviously, one's a drawing, a sketch, practice. Dürer was looking at different angles and crunching the pillows and standing them up and laying them on their side. So exploring something, I'm sure if we dig deep enough on Dürer, we'll find that painting somewhere where that pillow's being used. But you do have a choice here, and it is a value match assignment. So if you decide to do a pillow, I want you to put a pillow, kind of a crumpled pillow on your bed, and rearrange it and arrange it again, and see if you can come up with something. You can always work from this painting, but again, as I mentioned before, it's so much harder to work with a actual object, and you learn more. So if you're up for it, I would suggest that you go with an actual drawing of pillow. You can mix it up. You can do some blending and shading the way you see in the painting. You can do that with your pencil and get very much the same effect. Or you can do some cross hatching or stippling if you would like. Here's the crumpled paper assignment, and I'm showing you the wall installation. If you look a little closer, you'll see the crumpled paper on the wall, the actual paper that students crumpled and used in their drawings, and then you see several drawings by students on the wall. The crumpled paper, you want to make sure that when you crumple your paper, it's not too complex. If it's too tight, you just keep wrinkling it. It's going to have a lot of different planes and edges to it, and so that might be pretty hard. You might want to go with a looser kind of crumple. Just barely crumple the paper, set it down, and do a drawing of it. Also realize you're going to have edges. You're not going to really have lines that outline the form, so you want to keep the pencil lines very light, as you see here in this drawing that's next to the wall installation. And I have two examples here. This is a zoom in close-up. So when you look at this from a distance, when you're standing in the gallery or in a hallway looking at the installation, you're not going to see these close hatched marks, but I wanted to zoom in for you so you could see it. We'll pretend that we're in the gallery and we're looking closely at the drawing. You're going to see these marks. Some of it is a blending going on, then there's a hatching, but the value match assignment means that you're going to duplicate the value that you see. So you can count the values here. You've got black, dark gray, kind of a mid-tone gray, a light gray, light gray, and white. So you'll want to constantly, when you're working on this, compare your values and count your values. You can see here the values. This is a fun. I really enjoyed this assignment. The student turned this in and had used a piece of lined paper out of his notebook. He didn't have sketchbook, and it was great. It was wonderful to see how the lines were bending as they were, different. In fact, I should, an assignment, just everybody do this, because you really get a sense of this movement of the line going up, over, and around the form, and you see how the lines begin to change as you the wrinkle shifts, or the plane is different. Again, you can count your values, and this is not a student who is as advanced, but they really were observing, and for where they were in their development, this is of course an A. Very good work, very much on the money in terms of his objectives in this assignment, which is to begin to see value and record them with accuracy.